All right, we're going to get a little different now. Okay, you'll start seeing pink pieces of paper up on the board. Those represent my angle facts now, facts about angles that we can start putting in our reasons column. Here's where it's going to start getting difficult and maybe a little confusing for some of you. I hope not, though. When we add and subtract, and we're still going to add and subtract a ton. That's not going anywhere just because we took that quiz. When we add and subtract, I always say, how many quantities do you need? 2, right? And usually when I only gave you 1, where'd the second one always come from? Reflexive. Well, it's not going to come from there anymore. It's going to come from some of these angle facts now. Okay, so it's not always, oh, I'm only have 1, so let me put a reflexive out there. That may not be the choice anymore. Okay, so let's take a look at this first one here, where I want to use my first new angle fact, which says all right angles are congruent. So I'm going to give you guys a minute. You know how we start these proofs. Go ahead, statements, reasons, fill in your givens, and mark your diagram. All right, I'd like to know what markings you put on your diagram. Because you got a symbol up there that we've been talking about, and what marking represents that symbol. And then you got a pair of congruent angles. Gracie, what's up? Yep, right angle at ABD and a right angle at FGD, correct. And then hopefully we have arc marks at ABC, and we have an arc mark at FGE. Everyone's good? Okay, now we got to figure out, how do I go from the givens to showing that those two angles are congruent? That's where we need to go. And let's identify those two angles right now. DBC, there's DBC, I'm going to put it in gray. And here's DGE, I'll put it in gray right here. And I want you guys to use stuff we've used already. Don't come up with brand new stuff. All right? Use things we've used already. So now, look at those two angles that you were given right here. And this triangle right here to your left. If you use these two, what can I use with these two angles to get to that gray angle? What can I do with them to get to that gray angle? That's my question for you guys right now. What can I do with the right angle and the purple one to get to the gray one? And we've done this already. We've done it already. How about 3? What could I do with them, Riley? Oh, whoa, whoa, don't even get into that. You're doing what? Subtraction. Yes? She's subtracting. All right, well, here we go. You guys know the game. How many quantities do you need to subtract? How many congruent quantities did I give you? 1. And the second one's not coming from reflexive now. Okay? What are you subtracting from with these two congruent angles? The 90-degree angles, the right angles, right? So what you need to tell me is, if you want the second pair to subtract, you got to tell me that the right angles are congruent. Does everyone see that this right here will be our second pair? Yes. Okay, but there's a problem still. How can you have congruent right angles when you don't even have right angles in your proof yet? They don't exist. They exist in your diagram, don't they? But guess what? I don't correct your diagram. I correct your statements and reasons. So how can you have a pair of right angles that are congruent when you haven't even written you have right angles? Does everyone see where I'm going there? So guess what my step 2 is going to be? It's going to tell me that you have right angles. That's step 2. Tell me you have right angles. So I need somebody to name the 2 right angles in the diagram, because I cannot tell you they are congruent unless I actually have them. Don't even say a word. 17. What are the right angles? So angle ABD and angle DGF are right angles. You got to tell me they exist before you tell me they're congruent. And we did this on day 1. We wrote this a couple times on day 1, that we had right angles from a diagram. Anybody remember the reason I put there? How I knew they existed? What's up, Emily? That's fine. I'm okay with that. That's 100% correct. I don't write that. I write something else, but you can write that. I'm okay with it. I write perpendicular lines. Anybody remember? Form right angles, yeah. Now, definition of perpendicular lines is fine too. It's going to get credit. So you have to have right angles exist in your statements and reasons before you can say they're congruent. Now you can say, all right, hey, now that I know I have 2 right angles, those 2 right angles must be congruent. So ABD congruent to DGF, and your reason is going to be this new angle fact, which is all right angles are congruent. Now how many quantities do you have? How many quantities do you have now? 2, the given and the right angles now. Can I subtract? Okay, nothing. Now it's all old stuff. So I need one of you guys just to tell me what I should be subtracting here. 10, what should I be subtracting? Good job. How about 20? What should I be subtracting?
Angle ABD minus angle ABC.
ABD minus angle ABC is equal to what on the other side?
Angle BCD.
Well, I'm not there. You're substituting already.
Oh.
Equals?
Angle DGF minus angle FG.
Subtraction. And then finally, what always comes after? Look at you guys, up to a 5-step proof already. We just started this unit on Monday. DBC, DGE. So my point being here now is, you know it's subtraction, but now that other quantity probably won't be reflexive. You're going to have to get it somewhere else. In this case, it was the right angles. Any questions there? Anything? All right, and our last one, which is all straight angles are congruent. Same thing, give you a couple minutes here, write down your givens, mark your diagram with whatever you need to. Make sure these 2 congruent angles, ABF, they're on the outside, everybody, all right? Yes, they're on the outside. And EDC, they're on the outside, not the inside. All right, ready to talk. Straight angle ABC, straight angle FDE, these 2 are equal, I marked, and now I got to go to these angles being congruent, which I'll mark in a different color. I'll go light blue. So you need to show me this angle and this angle are congruent. So look at the pairs of angles you were given. What could I do with this group of angles to get to CBF and FTC? I got to do something with them. I don't see bisector or midpoint, so halves of equal quantities is out of the way. What do I have to do to this grouping of angles to get to these two right here? Any thoughts there, 10? Awesome job today. 15. Oh boy. Okay, Gregory, you got the straight angle, and you got the blue angle. What can I do with those two to get to the blue one? Yeah, subtract them, right? Take away the blue angle, and I get the aqua color. I guess I don't call it blue. Got the aqua one, right? Subtract. All right, you know the deal. How many quantities you need?
2.
How many do I have? How many are in the givens? 1. All right, we got to figure out where that other pair is going to come from because it's not a reflexive one this time. What are my other pairs going to? Well, you tell me. We said subtraction. What are you guys subtracting these blue angles from? The straight angles. So I need to say the straight angles are equal, congruent. That's my second theorem. Now, just like right angles, do straight angles exist in your statements and reasons? Read your own paper. Do the straight angles exist in your statements and reasons? Yes. See the difference between this and the last one? They didn't exist till we wrote it down. But what does it literally say in the givens? They're straight angles. So they are there. All I need to say now is that they are congruent. So here we go. Angle ABC congruent to angle FDE. And that's our second theorem today, which is all straight angles are congruent. Now how many pairs do I have written down in my proof? 2. Now I'm going to ask somebody to subtract for me. Your show now. 16, your show. Not here. What do I have a feeling it's never going to be here, huh? How about 15? Here, Gracie. How'd that foot make out?
I have an extra bone in my foot that's in the wrong spot, so I have to wear a boot for 2 weeks and go back see if it's better. If not, get surgery to have the bone removed.
An extra bone.
Yeah. On my right foot, there's 2 bones like this, and the third one's just kind of hanging there. And on my left foot, there's the 2 bones, and the other one's like way down here. And that's extra bone in both of my feet. And it's been messed up for a long time. But
I was just going to say, how long has this extra bone been there? For life, or last couple of years it just started growing?
Yeah.
It's like you plant a seed, all of a sudden a bone. Okay.
Yeah, but I really messed it up this weekend water skiing. So.
Okay. So hopefully the 2 weeks in the boot does the trick.
Yeah.
If not, we're going under the knife.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck with that. An extra bone. All right. Are you going to be able to keep it if you go get surgery? Why not? Okay, why not? Carry it around. You look pretty badass, Gracie. All right, carrying it around a bone. Make it like it into an earring. I don't know, huh? All right. That's actually my bone. All right. Back up, everyone. Back up. That's my bone. All right. Go ahead, Gracie. What am I subtracting? Take a straight angle right now. Angle ABC and subtract ABF. Yep. And set it equal to. Yep. Minus. Perfect. Subtraction. And then, as we know, we finish it with substitution. Okay, I know on the assignment sheet it says no homework tonight. I'm going to only ask you to do one thing for me, though. Example 3. It is a review proof. How do I know it's a review proof? Angle bisector. So probably what are you going to put at the end of your proof here? Halves of equal quantities. Okay. So if you want, you probably could finish it before you left. You have 3 minutes. So, but I need this done by the time you come in tomorrow. Nope. Nope. On the assignment sheet, it says no homework. So that's what I'm keeping as. Okay. Follow your assignment sheet.